Deals are on the air now. And now, live from the Swords of St. Michael Studios, it's the Reel Deals, Kenneth and Pharaoh's Deal.
Hello, everybody. As you can tell, we're having some camera issues. Welcome tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on your Memorial holiday. Welcome to the Reel Deals. Tonight we're going to be talking about evil. Does it rub off? Can you catch it in the air? Can you catch it in the wind? Can you catch it everywhere? People, please let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to try and check YouTube, which I can't, I don't have split screen right now. And I can't get to questions because Deb is on holiday tonight. So thank you for joining us. If you can, click the like, subscribe, because once you hit the little bell, you'll get notifications. Tonight's going to be a mini show because I didn't want to keep you guys too much away from your festivities in what you're doing with your family and your friends and everything else. So if you're joining us, thank you so much for making us a part of your day and your memorial fun. I'm so glad you came, and excuse me, but I must have fanned myself a little bit. It's a little muggy here. Ozarks weather, I'm telling you, we have got the Ark ready to load up tonight. So before we get started on evil and does evil rub off, we're going to pray in with the St. Michael prayer, folks, because we always got to ask for spiritual intervention. So, here we go. In nomine Patri et Filio et Spiritus Sanctus, sic erat et principio et nunc et semper et saecula saeculorum. Amen. Sancta Michael Arcangele, defende nos in prelio, contra nequitiam et sidis diaboli, esto presidium, imperire Deus, supplicis te pecamur tuque, Princeps maletia celestis satanam aliosque spiritus malignos, qui ad perditionem animarum pervegantur in mundo divina, in virtute de trude. Amen. Bam! Okay, here we go. So, folks, here we go. We have the list. Oh, guess what? I can see a few of you in there. I didn't get split list, but I'll tell you what. My genius, my adorable Jacob. Look at. Hello, Carolyn. Hi, Kim. Spa Diva. We got your question tonight. So anyway, hey, Nikki, thank you guys for joining us. Athena. Tonight, we are going to go over some of the places where you think evil may malinger and may malign and may climb. Okay, like I said, thank you for joining Reel Deals. Give us a thumbs up, please. And if you like us, hey, click on the bell. We're getting it together. We've got so many shows to program. And once you click on that cute little bell, you're going to get notifications. So you get this little beep on your phone that's going to say beep, beep. And you're going to find out we're live. Because we are still doing the little mini programs, the little 5-minute ones. We didn't get to that this week because, we had some heavy rehab going on. Speaking of which, I did promise everyone updates. And Ken is really, really working hard with rehab. And that was like some of the stressful stuff we had going on. Okay, one more little fan. Ooh, yes. Haha. Okay, onwards and upwards. Now, when we think about evil, I got a new mug. I don't know if anybody knows. Dogs! I work for my dog. I love how this is cool. See that little bubbly effect? The inside of my mug is green. So you can't see that I'm drinking ice water. Because Ken has this fabulous thing on here that it changes anything that's green. It's so cool, isn't it? So, let's talk about evil. Now, when we're specifically talking about evil, we're talking about things that are as far from God as possible. All right, things that entice you to sin, things that tempt you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, things that are going to be driving you crazy. We're talking about those things that you wouldn't normally encounter in your daily life because it's something that you wouldn't choose. You wouldn't choose to walk into a coffee shop and hang out with a mass murderer. You wouldn't go into a grocery store and purposely choose to talk to somebody that was putting everything in their purse and walking out the door and stealing. And not that, stealing is evil, but it's inherently wrong and evil, period. So what we're talking about is a deep-seated evil that people choose. because I want you to know that a lot of people think that somebody's evil because of their actions, and that just simply isn't so. The person may choose to be and act evil, but inherently God gave them the divine spark. So they have the choice to ask the Holy Spirit for help. When they turn away and they do evil, they embrace evil, and God won't cross that line. So what we're talking about tonight is we're talking about instances where you may think that evil could rub you the wrong way. Now we're going to start from lightest exposure to greatest exposure. In other words, you know how they used to say, hot potato? Yes, you're getting warm, to, oh, you're sizzling. So yes, we're going to go from a little bit light to a little bit sizzling, all right? Now, as we look at our list here, we talk about causal interactions, casual interactions. These are the type of interactions where you may have an interaction with somebody, let's say on the bus, on the subway, and let's say this person seems incredibly nice, and you're talking about the weather, you're talking about petunias, and you see all of a sudden that maybe they have gang tattoos, or they're wearing open symbolic jewelry, or something that says that they have an interest towards, let's say, satanic worship, paganism, the Egyptian gods, that sort of thing. That's what I'm talking about, casual or causal interactions. Do I see a question here? Yes, Kim Sassman, a serious psychopath. Can there be evil influences present? Always, always, always. Okay, when we're talking about a sociopath, Kim, this is a DSM designation. This is a designation by these doctors, a set of doctors who got together, and because there's no medical science that they can actually pinpoint a set of mental choices on, they came up with the field of psychology, and psychiatry is the chemistry to actually control the mind. Does that make sense, Kim? So when you're talking about, is evil present, and I'm sorry, it's so far away. Can evil influences be present? Yes. Yes, it is. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. Hi, Nikki. We'll talk about the Earthbound Spirits in a minute. I want to talk about sociopaths because when we have, and this is good because we're talking about causal or casual interactions, sociopaths are all around us. Psychopaths are all around us. These are the people in your neighborhood, okay? You may not even recognize them. Now, evil influence is present. Yes, yes, and triple yes. The big difference here between somebody that doesn't have evil influences present, that is a sociopath or a psychopath, as opposed to somebody that is pursuing a religious life, pursuing a continued relationship with God, with Christ, and they are doing their best to take medications that curb any physical or abnormal, aberrant desires to hurt anyone, to cause anyone pain, to cause them self-damage. So evil influences cannot affect them as much as someone who embraces what they do. They enjoy their lies, they enjoy their deceptions, and that sort of thing. So yes, evil influences can be present. And how do we know? Because sociopaths and psychopaths, when they get suggestions in their mind from those not so nasty little things called the demonics, they just go ahead and they just trot along and go, oh yeah, I think I'll do that. So they run arm in arm with it, okay? I hope that answered your questions. Okay, we're still on causal and casual relationships. Now, yes, Zulma, you may say that pedophiles are evil, but I'm going to go into that in a little bit, okay? The choice to destroy a child's innocence is very evil. The human being that resides in the pedophile's body, like I said, the divine spark is still in them. And this is very hard to understand, especially if you've been molested, if you have somebody that you know. But trust me, the pedophile is choosing evil. That is what coats the cake, okay? The cake isn't evil. I'm sorry, that's not what people want to hear, but it's true. Okay, so Tony, you know what? Sociopath, psychopath, and Tony. Okay, so that it doesn't go together. Just pretend you didn't hear it. Hello, Colin. Yes, Red Raider. You know what? I can't say that live. I apologize. So let's go back to the question that was asked earlier from Nikki. Evil spirits or earthbound spirits, but can they hurt others in the physical world, like pushing down a flight of stairs or trip them? All right. You know, this goes to causal or casual relationships too. A lot of people, I'm psychotic. I have ESPN. I know you're psychotic. We're talking about earthbound spirits. Now, from the perspective that Ken and I have been trained and that we understand from the dogma and the beliefs and our saints that we understand, there is no such thing as an earth-bound spirit like you and I being bound to this earth. There are such things that if we have chosen, like let's say I chose a lot of evil and I did a lot of evil and I was unrepentant and I went to my deathbed and these things just grabbed me and took off with me, guess what? For whatever reason, my image, my everything that I did in life can be used as a mirror and as a direct relation to hurt someone else. Why? This is what people don't understand. Your soul belongs to God, but your image, just like anything else you do, can and will be used against you in a court of law of the demonics. So, in answer to your question, can what you believe is an earthbound spirit push you down a flight of stairs? Yes. Can an evil entity push you down a flight of stairs? Yes. How is this possible? This is only possible under God's permissible will. And how would that be possible? Because we're talking about where evil may rub you the wrong way, okay? Now, in a causal interactionist subway market open event, you would literally have to have an invitation to have that sort of spirit interact with you and shove you and push you. In other words, you would not have what I call, you would not have any anti-demonics lately. You would not have any direct relationship, daily prayer life with Christ. You would not have any form of the sacraments, marriage, baptism, communion. You would have invested in none of that. And potentially you would be investing in, like somebody was asking about ghost investigations and that sort of thing. You would be looking for the experience. You would be seeking something that basically was beyond something you should have not ever opened the door to. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that answers your question, Nikki. Thought I saw one more question. Yes, thank you. Okay, yeah, we like Tony just the way he is. Hello, Amanda. Hi, Chris. Hello, Henry. Good to see you. Hi, Colin. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget, Red Raider. Yes, I love you dearly. I'm not going to post that comment because I might agree, but I'm not going to show the comment. So, Zulma, BNL Clark, thank you so much. Please, you guys, help me get attention for Ken's ministry, our ministry, The Reel Deals. Give us a like. If you got to wait till it's over, give us a like, okay, by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe if you can, because the more subscribers, that means our videos are going to go up in the charts. People are going to see them. They're going to get educated. They're going to get curious, and they're going to think, wow, maybe there's a little bit more to this. Maybe I shouldn't be chasing that. And that's the point. We really want to help people get out of dark places. We want to help people avoid being tripped. You know, we want to prevent that long before it happens. Okay, so let's get on with this. I was just going to do a brief show. Now you guys are going to get me sucked in for the whole hour. I'm telling you what. Okay, interpersonal interaction instances, okay? These are, I hate to tell you guys, but this is like, oh my gosh, we're going back like 30 years. Parties, social gatherings, concerts, and this could be any kind of harmless concert in the downtown arena where you go and you have fun and you interact, and pretty soon, you know, oh my gosh, he's got a cohiba. Where'd you get that cohiba? Oh, can I have one? Watch what you do in social interactions, okay? We're talking about evil rubbing off. No, you cannot get possessed from somebody sharing a cigar with you. Can you accidentally eat a brownie laced with LSD or marijuana or something like that? That was cursed in a different foreign state to where it makes you physically ill and sick? Yes. What people need to understand is that there's a reason we bless our food. There's a reason I have my cigars blessed with holy water. I don't know where the tobacco came from. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was offered to. And tobacco, as many people know that watch our channel, tobacco is something very, very sacred to the Native Americans. Tobacco is sacred in other communities, Aztec and Southern and Central American communities as well. It is one of those things that people looked at and they believed was special. It had an association with the divine. So when you're in these social gatherings and parties, I don't know if this has happened to anybody, but you want to be very careful with your drinks and your food. I don't know how many ladies are out there, but I was actually drugged with Rohypnol, the date rape drug. And that was just absolutely freaky. I lost, I think, like a day or two of my life. I don't remember because it was so long ago. But when you set your cocktail down, you set your little rum and coke down or your Pepsi down, and you're with a bunch of people that you don't know, and there's people in rooms and you don't know what they're doing, or maybe they're playing porn over there, and even though you don't like it, you don't want to look at it, you're still staying there, you're opening a door. Because if you so much as suspect that you're in an area, or it doesn't matter if your best friend and you are just besties and you're squeaky clean as it gets. If you're in that environment, you're exposing your immortal soul to danger. And what do I mean that? I'm not saying it's going to follow you home. I'm not saying you're going to get oppressed or possessed. I'm saying that it will affect you. Just like I was saying on another show. Your immunity is only as strong as your regular ingestion of daily prayer, sacramentals, which I call the anti-demonics. You must make sure. And will that protect you 100% of the time? Maybe, maybe not. But why take a chance? So always be careful in parties, social gatherings, places where there's a lot of people. Am I telling you to be paranoid? No, don't be paranoid. Just know where your food is, know where your cocktail is, know where your little Coca-Cola is, know where your little doggy cup is with your little ice water. And don't place it down, okay? Be very aware. Can you rub up against evil here? Yes, you can. Can you bring some home? Yes, you can. So be careful. I see more questions here, kids. Yes, always good to see you too, Tony. You're so funny. Colin, Kim, Henry, yeah, I'm saying hi again. Just making sure I'm not missing any questions. Yes, oh my gosh, how sad. A priest, yes, there's lots of priests that do evil things too. Not everybody is just wonderfully, okay. And yes, Malachi Martin got pushed off a chair, but that's like a whole different topic, Colin. Malachi chose to do a lot of things outside of the church and outside of his purview. And that's a long story. Yes, the prayer of breaking curses will protect you against any kind of physical attacks, any kind of nightmares. And you know what, Zulma? I'll tell you what, that prayer is a good prayer to say. And 9 days will knock it out. The prayer Zulma's talking about, and this is really, really good. Let's say you go and you accidentally see people are watching pornography and you think people are doing drugs. Go home and do a few days. 3 days. 3 days, people. 3 days of breaking curses prayers. Like, you know what? I don't want to remember that. I don't want to associate with that or anything else. Clear my mind. Lord, clear my mind. Jesus, clear my mind of that stuff. I don't want to remember it, okay? Zulma's talking about on our swordsofstmichael.org page, we have some bars, okay? On the little right-hand side, click on the bars, and there's a variety of self-help prayers. Some of them are breaking curses. A great one is one because it has all 3 prayers in it. It has the St. Michael prayer in English. A good prayer. Thank you for bringing that up, Zulma, because it's always good. Now, we got to get through this, you guys. This is 3 close acquaintances partnerships and business relationships. Now, what we mean by close acquaintances are those people that we may interact with on a daily basis at work. These people that we share business space with. Let's say you have, what do? Maybe you make planters and you sell gardening equipment and you share the space with somebody that sells incense and perfumes and oils. This is a close partnership and a business relationship. And how can evil possibly rub you the wrong way here? First of all, let me tell you this, okay? Because we just had this discussion with a couple teams. You always have to remember that you are only culpable to the degree of responsibility that you understand that you are responsible for. I know that's a hard one to understand. A lot of people are like, oh no, you knew it was wrong. When we understand, okay, before we understand that something is wrong or that's a sin, it is not necessarily held against us. So in other words, and I'm not saying you can't go, knife somebody and say, well, I didn't know it was a sin. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about engaging in relationships directly in your environment, whereas you would know your business partner is, cheating on their taxes. That is something minor that you can sit down and discuss that they're responsible for. That is not going to rub you the wrong way and invite evil in your life. It will bother your conscience. You ought to pray for that person. But that's not so much as to say the neighbor that's got really the wonderful incense and fragrance and smelling candles and everything. They've got the singing bowls and they're calling up different spirit names. That's invitational. I would definitely say, you know what? I cannot have that. I cannot be a part of that. I would separate myself physically, either by a lease, by a wall, so that there is no connection. Do you understand what I'm saying? And in case you can't see at the very, very bottom where I put down that we must be wary of rash judgments. The person playing with a singing bowl and calling on gods and goddesses, we don't know the intent of her heart. We don't know, we cannot assume the intent of her heart is to destroy anyone else, unless she purposely comes out and say, oh yeah, I'm cursing you with my singing bowl. Then you know got to cut it off right away. We must be ardent but gentle in any reproof, in any education that we try and give people. And this is very, very important because, yes, we are our brother's keeper to a certain extent. We need to let them know when we see something that could lead them to scandal or to sin. So we want to be aware of our acquaintances. We want to be aware of our partnerships. Now, I'm not saying you need to snoop and go look and see what they're doing and watch their every move and be petrified and be fearful. We're not supposed to live in fear here, folks, okay? We're supposed to live in confidence, absolute confidence, okay? Because we know we're all right. It's our job to share that love and that joy with other people so that they want some of what we got, okay? So do I see another question in there? Hey. Ah, yes. Okay, yes. ISIS people, is that a child of God? Hi, Lori. Great to see you. Now, ISIS people. Okay. Let's start with the whole, shall we say, the whole pagan faith of the Egyptian body. The pagan gods that they worshipped make them, shall we say, borderline occult, because a lot of the practices that they did, Spa Diva, a lot of the practices pertain to reincarnation. Hi, Tess. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Red Raider. God bless you. Please give me a little thumbs up, sweetie. You want to look carefully. When people say that, oh, yes, I'm with the ISIS people and I'm God's people, please There is nothing about the Egyptian belief system. A long time ago, I do calligraphy, and I do beautiful posters, invitations, and stuff like that. I did this gorgeous, I hand printed, I mean, this was many, many, many years ago, a beautiful, it was something very similar to the edicts of the Hebrew people, thou shalt, not do this, thou shalt do this. And it was one of the ancient, I can't even remember the name now. Of course, I got the 50s thing going on. But it was part of ancient beliefs, Egyptian beliefs of doing good and not evil. This was a very, very powerful manuscript when they found it, because it was believed that this would help you become divine. So in other words, you would be more like God if you practice that. Are they of God? Now, we have to look at the teachings of Christ when we look at, is somebody preaching a different gospel than the one we already know? Is there baptism? Is it holy? Is it true? Is it apostolic? And is it Catholic? Catholic meaning, is it universal? Because Christ decided, hey, he'd have to graft all us Gentiles on the tree to drag us home. So, no, I do not believe that the people of ISIS are godly. I don't know for a fact that they're not. I don't know that they're not baptized, but I would say from my knowledge of Egyptology, which is very limited, okay? Very limited, no, I don't think so. Thank you, Amanda. Thanks for the like. It's so good to see you all tonight. Yeah, someone with evil spirits, Nikki, around, can they drop one off at your house like, hey, I got a box of cockroaches. I'm just going to kick a couple out because I came in. Listen to me, okay? Very careful, Nikki. You cannot worry about that stuff because we have a lot of people out there with a lot of bad intentions. A lot of unhappy lives are living out there. And Nikki, if you believe that is something that happened to you, you need to go to your Catholic church, you need to go get some holy water, and you need to follow the directions on Swords of St. Michael, and you need to bless every corner of your house, leave a window cracked, leave a door cracked, and then after you get rid of everything and bind it to the foot of the cross, you listen carefully. You ask the Holy Ghost to come in and fill every space that you just emptied, because you don't want 1,000 more coming in, okay? So you take the holy water, bless and bind everything to the foot of the cross, and then you ask the Most Holy Ghost, the third part of the Trinity, to come and fill your house. Keep it out. I guarantee you, whoever dropped anything off will not be happy coming to your house again, okay? So I hope that helps you. Okay, it looks like I have one more question here. Here. Okay, I can't explain it, evil. Yep, I understand. That's right, Athena, cover your glass. You go to parties, people, just go, yes, my glass, thank you very much. No, I don't need any more sugar. I don't need any more tea. No, go away. Yum, water. Yes, Kathy, I was drugged a long time ago too, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. It's one of the weirdest experiences. It's so freaky. Okay, any other questions? Hi, Francois Robillard. It's so good to see you. Yeah, you know what? There is no guaranteed immunity. We do have a good deal of protection. We do have a good deal of confidence. But guaranteed immunity, I don't know if there's such a thing. I don't really think so. We just have to continually invest in God and know that our guardian angels are going to protect us. Let's see. Yeah, drug shipments are quite often offered up to satanic mass. Believe it. That's why people keep getting addicted. That's why they keep coming back for more. That's why they want to smoke more. They want to blow more. They want to shoot more. Because it's not just the chemical additive that does something different to our brain. It's something that does something to our immortal soul and drags us. It's really awful. So be very, very careful, people, about anybody offering you anything strange. Drug shipments, yes. Oh my gosh, exactly. I agree. All right, fellow monks try to poison him. Yeah, that was St. Benedict, because they didn't like the reforms. St. Benedict was cracking the whip and said, okay, guys, you're not staying up drinking and partying until midnight. We're doing office of the hours, and we're doing this. And they're like, who are you to tell us what to do? Benedict was just like, we have a rule to follow. And they didn't like it at all. Okay, let's see. What is good for non-practicing? As per what? What is good for non-practicing Catholics? Like, you left the church. What do you mean, what is good? What is good as far as prayers? Tell me, Kim, and I'll answer the question. All right, I'm looking to see if I have any other questions because I'm trying to keep up with you guys. But you guys are so fast tonight. It's so good to see you. Please remember to like. And if you need any spiritual warfare, anything, go to prayersbythebead.com. I got all kinds of beautiful medals, prayer. We've got the books there, prayersbythebead.com, folks. Let's see. Discernment of spirits. Yes. Let's get on with it because I don't see any other questions, kids. So, onward and upward. We went over close acquaintances, partnerships, business relationships, which are very important. We all need those. Now the relationships are going to get a little bit closer. Remember how I said we're going to go from warm to blazing hot? Relationships as in living or family living in daily environment. These are the people, our roommates. Maybe we're living with a cousin. Maybe we're living with somebody's brother that, we knew. And these are very, very, very close people to us. And when we talk about evil rubbing you the wrong way, oh my goodness, people, your home. I have to point out, and every time I do this, people are like, seriously, really? When we look at the instance of the Holy Book, and what was the greatest man that lived, Jesus Christ? What did he do? Did he say, hey, y'all, come on over to my mom's house. My mom's cooking up a great big feast. Everybody. His home was his castle. Who went there? Only the 12. He didn't say the 72 came over. Okay? Not everybody got access to him. Your home must be someplace that is sacrosanct. It is protected. It is, you only allow people in there. It's good to have an open door. See, a lot of people that I know think, wow, well, I'm a Christian and I should have everybody over. We must be discerning in having people over that are open to God and walking towards God. We don't invite people over that repetitively deny God, deny the truth of Christ. We do not invite those kind of people over to our house. Sometimes we get in a position that we have to live with these kind of people. This is a sad thing. We are called to be a light to others. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we can always choose relationships. Sometimes we may be in environments where we have a roommate that, let's say, has spellcasting books, candlelighting books. They have a variety of books that we don't want out in the open front room where we have to be. Ardent but gentle, okay? Ardent but gentle. Could you please keep those books in your room? And you can tell them, if my mom comes over, she would be very, very, very offended. You cannot tell people to throw stuff away, even though you want to say, that's evil, that's talking about just worshiping idols, etc., etc. You cannot come out and do that. Why? Because, number one, they have a legal right to be there. They're paying part of the rent. If it's your home, on the other hand, if you're paying the rent and they are staying with you, you tell them, or you pack it up and you put it out of your house. Do you see the difference? When you are in a roommate relationship, if you have to have a roommate, it's always a very good idea to do a thorough interview. Who are they? Do they see their mom and dad? Do they have close relationships with their children? You want to know a lot about somebody before you choose to share your most intimate space with. You want to be very, very careful. Wow, Jacqueline, how blessed are you? Your sisters are Benedictine nuns. Oh, God bless them. Superior General, the Tyburn Order? Yes, the cult is very, very, very real. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Greek Orthodox. Yes. How beautiful. Oh, she gave you candles that don't drip. Yep. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I was just checking to see. Hello. Okay, so we're continuing to talk about direct living environments, roommates, distant relatives. Now, a lot of people think that, well, he's my cousin and he brought this stuff in and can't I be affected? Well, people, we have to say that the generational invitation of spirits doesn't necessarily stop at your parents or your grandparents. It can extend to your cousin. Now, the only reason I say this is because I have some wild cousins and I love you all dearly. We each come with our set of challenges and our temptational factors that follow our families. Does that mean that we're going to say yes to them? No, it doesn't. When you choose a living situation, such as a roommate situation, where you may be sharing cars, you may be sharing food, does this mean evil's going to rub you? Possibly, if they're choosing evil. Does this mean that it's going to affect you? Not necessarily if you do not give in to the temptation. So please don't worry. I don't want you freaked out and thinking, oh, gosh, look at, I chose this situation. No, don't worry. Say your prayers. Get baptized if you're not baptized. Bless yourself with holy water. Bless them with holy water. Bless your environment. Seal your environment. You can do things like this. Be cautious. Be loving. And guess what? Baby, let your light shine through. Be light to them, okay? Let's get on with it. I got to get out of here. I was only going to do a half-hour show. Okay. Direct contact relationship with close family. This is the hot point, okay? This is the point where we're boiling over, okay? This is like the total point where it's almost like there's no turning back. Because once you've chosen a husband, a daughter, a wife, a daughter-in-law, and these are the relationships that make or break us. I was on the phone with a client, a referral a few days ago, and this is a very sad situation because sometimes our heart chooses to love, which we ought not to have chosen sometimes, this person, because in their brokenness they continue to destroy the love and everything that we give them. And this person was in this certain situation. I'm going to change the sex because I don't want any reference to who the person was. But this person had been married to this man for many, many, many years and had seen the devastation of the previous marriage, the lies, the, shall we say, numerous affairs, the lies about money. And of course, we forgive and we love and we get on, and it happens and happens and happens and happens. And the person had a schizophrenic break, a psychotic break, and tried to stab and hurt the person. And what was really heartbreaking was, I just want my partner back. And I said, well, what about faith? What about, did you attend church? Did you do things together? And sadly, she's telling me, well, he kind of wanted to go with me at first, but I said it's okay. We don't have to go because our denominations didn't match. So I really didn't pursue it. So when she had the opportunity to take him, she didn't when he was willing. All right? This is kind of how God works with us. He gives us this little tiny window that we're supposed to jump in and go, come on, get in here. And somehow or another it didn't happen with this person. I felt so bad for them because now we're at the end game. We're at the end of our life, and we're talking schizophrenic break. We're talking mental illness, and they're positive that there's something evil going on. Whereas the evil happened long ago, and this is the direct result of being exposed to that evil. And I said, as a partner, it is your job to get your partner into heaven, kicking and screaming if you have to. We have to give them as much of Jesus as we can. We have to pray for them. We have to take them. We have to handhold them. We have to pray with them, pray over them. And this person already had all these years and a whole lifetime of doing nothing. And I said, this person is going to be dying in the next 5-7 years. This is your time to get radical and love them into heaven. So if you're listening now and if you have questions, you can always contact me directly. The point is that when we choose relationships, we have a joint, all right? A joint responsibility. It's not like, well, that person didn't want to go, so, well, why do I have to? No, we have a joint responsibility. And when that chain is broken, does that mean that it can't ever come back together again? No. Because God is the one. When we put all our trust in Him and we do what we're supposed to do, God creates miracles. So don't for 1 minute think that if you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with your son, your daughter-in-law, your wife, your husband, and things are broken to pieces, don't think for 1 minute that things can't turn around and can't change. Oh my gosh, my dog is driving me nuts. Excuse me. Okay, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. I'm the poodle that's bothering Mom. Say hi. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my fat belly. She just ate a ton of food. She's fat and happy like Mama, right? Okay, yeah, don't lick me. Thank you. Okay, so much for the dog. All right, so any questions on that direct contact relationship thing? Because we have to understand that the people in our environment, we have the most ability to love them and help them. And Jacqueline, okay, Nikki, please explain more. Can you explain ghost hunting the same as clearing evil spirits? Oh, wow, totally different. We're going to have to do a show on that because I don't have time to get into it now, you guys. It's already 10 till. I was supposed to be done 20 minutes ago. Okay, so I promise I'm going to take a screenshot of that so we can do a show on that because that's a really good topic. Okay, Nikki, I promise we'll do that. We'll cover it. And let's see. Oh, Deb, Colin. Deb is, hello. She's like sunning by the lake. We are all swamped out here, and Deb is having fun, okay? She's having fun without me, but she loves us, all right? And she loves you. So don't forget, next week, Deb will be back. All right, any other questions? Wow, Tony was into ghost hunting shows. Don't you like it? I didn't say, what was it? Psychotic or psychopathic Tony with your name. They do seem harmless. They don't depict the spiritual world. Exactly. I agree. Okay. Any other questions on direct relationships? Yes. I totally agree, folks. Nikki. All right. Why are you supposed to go? Yeah, pride is truly the devil's work. I have to agree with you there. And that's probably what keeps most of our relationships broken is our pride is that, well, he did this or she did that. And you know what? I'm not going to do that because, well, you know, she won't do this for me. Pride. It'll kick us every single time, folks. Every single time. Hello, Adita, nice to see you. Yes, thank you, Kim. She's just like a fluffy puppy. And let's see what else. Okay, I think I covered it. And any other questions we're going to have to save. Thank you so much, Tony Cobianco. We want to remember, kids, all right, like I said, the hottest part of our getting evil rubbed the wrong way is our direct contact relationships with people that we love and we trust the most with our lives. And it's also, get this is the coolest thing of all, okay? The people that you love the most, your daughter, your mother, your husband, this is your biggest opportunity to sanctify yourself. Why? Because those people that don't drive you to just jump off that curb and scream, if you're still standing there being nice, you're sanctifying yourself and you are getting your little golden stars in heaven. And trust me, we've all got those relatives that, woo, buddy, our children. Okay, let's not even talk about our children. Or maybe we can for a minute. Our children may choose partners that will lead them away from the faith. They may choose partners. I just talked on the phone 2 days to somebody whose whose child has chosen a partner that they're actually wearing and listening to satanic music and wearing satanic regalia. And she's like, my child never did this before. What happened? Do the binding prayers Father Ripperger suggests, okay? Don't stop doing them. Do a 54-day novena. Do the binding prayers every day over this child. You have spiritual authority over your child. Now, where I do not have the spiritual authority to bless my husband, and he has it, I still have a level of spiritual authority that I can pray for him, and I can pray binding prayers over him. So do not think and do not ever take for granted you have such an influence on the people that you love and that love you. It's such a great blessing to have them in our lives. So think about it. If you have the opportunity to say, oh my gosh, can I complain 5 more minutes? Or can you choose to take that frustration? Because this is how temptation, and this is how evil truly works. Getting us upset, getting us angry, dividing us, and then getting us upset with each other. That's how evil begins. That is the first step, is chaos. And pretty soon it's sadness, dejection, loneliness. All these little cockroaches jump in and start needling you. They're not doing this and they're not doing that, and you deserve this. And then temptation opens your big fat flapper, and pretty soon you're like, Mommy did this, Mommy did that. Or you would never believe what she did to me. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, she did that. Never, ever, ever talk about your personal relationships to anybody except your pastor. Because one, nobody needs to hear it. And then get tempted to tell you something to split up that relationship. And 2, how can you trust somebody with somebody you love that something is so negative? Take it to the person that offended you. And that's why Jesus tells us, somebody sinned, you go take it to them. Okay? So remember that when we are correcting people and we are looking at how evil affects us and how evil may rub off on us, let's consider the capital 3. Who are we with our spiritual life? How strong are we? Okay? What are we doing to maintain a really nice, healthy relationship with God? 2, who are we to sit in judgment or rash judgment of them? If it is obvious evil, then we need to separate ourselves from it immediately. And 3, what is going to be the potential for offense or causing others to sin if we do nothing? Now, what I mean by if we do nothing, if we have a choice to help somebody turn away from what they're doing, and we don't take that, trust me, we will answer for it. So, in all things, it's been the Reel Deels. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, please subscribe. We are done and over with and out of here. It's Memorial Day, folks. Remember, think of that. I got unfriended for that today. Thank you very much. I love you too. But in all things, we remember, battle's been won, and the Reel Deels, we're here to help you fight the fight. Win it right, kids. Once again, you need any kind of spiritual warfare tools or anything like that, you know where to find them. Prayers by the bead. Okay, so don't forget, like us. Say your prayers, rabbits. And see you next week. The Reel Deels, over and out. Bye, kids.
The Reel Deals TV show, copyright 2018, a Swords of St. Michael production. Any unauthorized duplication or rebroadcast or retransmission of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Swords of the Saint Network or that of Kenneth and Farrow's Deal is strictly prohibited.